approaching severe weather. WHIO.
Just want the radio on. Okay, I see we need to kill 2 hours.
Who is this clown?
First name, Todd.
That show, off the radio?
Do you listen?
He makes me laugh.
He's tolerable.
You can hear for yourself.
5 o'clock every day.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me now, 937-457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Yes! Yes! Oh, yeah! Can you feel that, buddy? Huh? I have exorcised the demons.
I'm still working on it. This Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream on Facebook and YouTube. On the show tonight, another pair of tickets to give away to see Motley Crue. Down at Riverbend this summer, we've got a current events quiz. Last night, we had quite the conversation, not just about soup, but one particular soup that somebody called in about. Wiener water soup. Yeah, soup made from, wiener water. And lo and behold, I got an email today with a long-held family recipe from a listener. Her mom's wiener water soup recipe. This is great. So we're gonna get into that. So much more to talk about. A fight over sticky buns. The cops were involved. We're going to talk about that. The first thing I wanted to get to here on the show, I was listening, I was up early today, and I was listening to Miami Valley's Morning News with Larry Hanskin. And he had a story about a woman who got caught, or I guess trapped. Trapped is the correct word, inside of a car wash. Now, I've talked about this on the show quite a bit, this demon that I have inside of me, that I am terribly claustrophobic. And whenever I get into some place, obviously, that's a little tight, I start to have negative thoughts, like what is going to happen? And this got my attention because I've had a couple of instances in the last few weeks where I have sort of been hit with that claustrophobic feeling. The most recent was the other night when Mary and I went to see Les Miserables at the Schuster Center. Now, I don't know if you've ever parked in the parking garage, which is the Schuster Center parking garage. It used to be the Reichs parking garage, or at least that block, that area. And they've redone it. Well, there are 3 elevators inside of that parking garage. As an aside, only one was working. What's that about? What is that about? But I digress. We got into the elevator, and I would say there were probably 8 or 9 people in there. So it was pretty tight. Again, only one elevator. But we get in there, and I've been in this elevator a number of times, so I'm pretty familiar with it. I'm familiar with how quickly the door closes, how quickly the door opens, how fast it goes up, how fast it goes down, the whole deal. But we're in there, and as soon as the doors shut, I start hearing what we all do, beeping that is not normal. Kind of like that. And immediately, Mary grabs my hand, and I'm like, because when you're in an elevator and it's crowded, especially when it's crowded, and you start hearing beeps that aren't typical, yeah, that's when the paranoia and the claustrophobia kicks in. That panic. A couple weeks ago, this was before the big snowstorm. I took my car to get washed, and I was going through Flying Ace. And at some point in the middle of that, and again, thank God, Mary was there. It stops. Like something happened. There was some issue, whatever it might be, but it stopped. And again, Oh, can't handle that. Can't handle that. So when I heard Larry talking about this morning, I could feel my chest kind of tighten up a little bit, like, oh my gosh, this poor woman in Waynesboro, Pennsylvania. She was trapped inside of an automated car wash for 45 minutes. Now, hearing this on the radio, immediately my mind goes back to where I was a few weeks ago in the Flying Ace car wash. Now, when I was in that situation, it only stopped for maybe 4 or 5 seconds, hardly anything at all. But in the moment, you're kind of panicked. But this woman, 45 minutes. So I hear this, and immediately I get that that feeling again, a little bit of panic, because even just the thought of that. This happened in Waynesboro, Pennsylvania, as I said. She was going through the car wash when the system abruptly shut down, and the doors that were in front and the doors that were in back were both closed and would not open. Well, I finally got to see the video because this woman posted it on TikTok, and I saw the video that's floating around. This is not one of those small enclosed car washes. This is a bigger space that, I mean, you could get out of your car easily and walk around. It's one mechanism, one car at a time. Still, she couldn't get out for 45 minutes. Finally, she called, I guess, 911, and the police were able to, get in contact with the car wash owner, who got there, and they were able to get the door open, and she was able to get out. She left with a lot of free car washes. I tell you that she did. But she tried to hit the emergency button. It wasn't working. Nobody was outside. Nobody could hear. So I could just imagine the fear. But again, it wasn't as bad as it sounded on the radio this morning, because she was in a pretty big space. It wasn't like you were, stuck in your car and you couldn't get out and it was dark and, oh my gosh. But that got me thinking. I was like, I bet, and I know I've talked about this before, but it's been years and years, because we had another situation like this in the news where I asked people, where have you been in your life where you have become stuck or trapped? And what did you do? How long were you there? And how did you get out? Did you figure it out on your own? Or did you have to have the assistance of someone? When I was a kid, and I think this is where my claustrophobia comes from. I've mentioned this before. I was playing baseball in a cul-de-sac on the street that we lived on in Beaver Creek, Avon Drive, which is right off of Claydor, which is right off of North Fairfield. And we had a cul-de-sac, and we spray painted bases and a home plate. Well, right behind home plate, and I don't know who came up with this idea, was a sewer. I don't know who decided to put the home plate there, but that's where they put it. So every time the ball somebody missed the ball, lots of times it would go into the sewer. Well, the ball went down in the sewer. One of the older kids was strong enough to lift the lid off the sewer, lowered me down into the sewer to get the ball, but then put the lid back on the sewer with me down there, which is what I think probably led to my claustrophobia, because I was down there for a good bit. I was obviously able to get out. They finally had their fun and lifted the lid off, and then lifted me out of there. And of course, I went home screaming, crying. But here I am all these years later talking about that nightmare. So maybe you've got a nightmare like that you'd like to share. Maybe talking about it would help you get through it. Think of this as therapeutic. 937-457-1290 if you've ever been stuck somewhere or trapped. Hopefully you got out okay. It wasn't like you were being trapped and held against your will. It's just like, something I got stuck. I got stuck in the stairwell. I got stuck in the elevator. I got, wherever it might be. Give us a call. Also, speaking of TikTok, I've got a TikTok challenge warning for you parents out there that have precocious, idiotic kids. So I saw this. This happened to a kid in Illinois. I guess there's a TikTok challenge going around where there is, it involves a toy called Needo. Needo, Needoh. I guess like Play-Doh, but it's Needo. And it is some sort of sensory toy. And I don't know if this is for children that might have autism or if it's something else. I've never heard of this, but it's some sort of cube, and it's a popular stress relief toy. I've never heard of a Needo cube. But there's a TikTok challenge where it says if you put these in a microwave, I guess, and you heat them up, they get softer. I don't know, but this 9-year-old did this, and the thing exploded in the microwave. And of course, this kid's face was right up to the microwave, looking in, watching, as all little ones will do. And he ended up with second-degree burns. He was rushed to a local emergency room and then transferred to a burn unit at Loyola University. And here's the thing. The hospital staff there confirmed to the reporter doing this particular story that this is the 4th case they've seen just this year related to kids microwaving Needo cubes. So if you have a Needo cube in your house and a kid, you might have the conversation. Mom, in this case, says that the kid didn't get it from TikTok, but it was a friend who told him about it, who probably got it from TikTok. What am I listening to now?
What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Fill it up.
T-O.
Double D.
H.
Oh.
Double L.
S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
There's some truth to that, Harvey. There's some truth. How's everybody doing tonight? Curling. I enjoyed curling. I know I talked about it last night, but it was fun. I used to think when I watched curling that maybe somebody in my condition could be an Olympian as a curler. But when I finally did do curling, no, nope. Hey, Robert. Christy, really? Neato. Definitely. And okay. She hasn't tried to microwave it, has she? I hope not. Holy cow. Good. Okay, William, I appreciate that. I didn't know. When I saw sensory, whatever, what did it say? A sensory toy. That's immediately what I went to. And maybe I'm wrong for thinking that, but that's what I went to. I think of when I think of children with sensory issues, that's kind of what I, am aware of. But stress ball. Gotcha.
A Dayton woman scammed out of thousands. We'll have more on that at 5:30. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
Now, to get back to this show.
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7, live stream up on Facebook and YouTube. Have a story about a woman in Pennsylvania who got trapped inside of a car wash for 45 minutes. And I'm just curious if you've ever been trapped somewhere. Dalla in Salina. Hey, Dalla, how are you? Hello, Dalla. Dalla? All right. Nick in Kettering. Hey, Nick.
Hey, Todd. Love the show.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right, so I'm going to tell my story when I got stuck in when I was like a preteen or teenager, but I want to finish by saying what happened maybe like 15 years ago based on the story. But I was 11, 12-ish, had a friend, Andrew Trick. We were cousins. We lived in a neighborhood in Harrison Township.
Okay.
And of course, we terrorized the neighborhood, but
sure,
we had creeks in the neighborhood. So one day, we just kind of messing around the neighborhood, and we got a thunderstorm. And so we were walking by this creek, and we weren't doing anything wrong, just walking by a creek. But it was rain swollen because it was thunderstorm and heavy rain.
Yeah.
And so the grass plugged into the creek, and I just got up close to the creek, but my tennis shoes slipped. I slid down the grass, went into the creek, got rushed away in the creek, and then about 20 feet down, there was a road, and there's like the metal tubes, the culvert thing.
Yeah.
So I stopped myself inside that tunnel,
Oh no.
and it's got like the ridges where I could maybe grab my fingers and brace myself, because another 50 feet down the creek basically went down into like underground sewer stuff or whatever. So I had about 6-8 inches of breathing room.
Oh.
Yelling for my cousin, Andrew, and I'm screaming, yelling. It probably took me about 5 minutes to push my way against the current to get to the edge of the tunnel. By the time there was a couple neighbors there, they grabbed my hand, pulled me out. You know, I got rescued and everything's okay. But I told Andrew that day, I said, "You never tell my mother about this. You promised me, Andrew, never tell my mother about this." And about 15 years later, we're at a family function, and Andrew's like, "Hey, Nick, remember that day you was found in that creek on Carson Road?" And my mom's right there. Mom's like, "What?"
Yeah. That's funny. Nick, I appreciate your call. I was having a hard time hearing you. I think everybody else was as well. Hopefully next Tuesday when we get some new phones, that won't be an issue.
What am I listening to now? What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Spell it out.
T.
Oh. Double D.
H.
Oh.
Double L.
S. T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
Live from the WHI.
Good Lord, man. Sorry about that, folks. Good Lord. Oh man, Johnny, how long were you in there? That would have creeped me out. I'd never get into an elevator again. Thank you, Robert. I appreciate that, except for the lousy phone connections. What was that? That's what it sounds like. Yeah, it sounds like a sick seal.
Last time I was at Billy's house in
Well, I don't. Harvey, are you talking about maybe a year or so ago? It wasn't new phones. It was a new console, a new board here in the studio and in the other studio. They didn't replace the phones. Oh, 5 minutes. Ugh.
HIO Storm Center is currently activated. We'll break in whenever you need to know about approaching severe weather. WHIO.
Don't give me that politics, Jazz. It's not my racket.
People are tired of hearing nothing but doom and despair on the radio.
Everyone just relax, all right?
The problems of the world are not in my department.
Now who would like a cookie?
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me at 457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook and YouTube. Did anybody watch The Muppet Show last night? It was on ABC and Disney Plus. It was the Seth Rogen produced Muppet Show celebrating their 50th anniversary. I thought it was pretty good. There were a couple of jokes that I thought were, I mean, I wasn't offended, but they kind of pushed the line towards kind of adult humor. But if you didn't know, the Muppets were originally, Jim Henson, originally an adult production. It wasn't for kids. But I thought it was pretty good. Had Sabrina Carpenter, who I wasn't super aware of, but she reminds me of Dolly Parton. But it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. I hope they bring it back. 937-457-1290. We're talking about places maybe where you've been trapped or stuck. Got a story of a woman in Pennsylvania who got trapped in a car wash for 45 minutes, couldn't get out. And I've had some experiences like that. A lot of people on the live stream. Most of the time, it's people getting stuck in elevators. Getting stuck, let's see, one person said they got stuck between the 9th and 10th floor of an apartment complex. Fire crew had to come, pry it open. Another person said they got stuck in a elevator after hours at a client's facility on a weekend, on a holiday weekend. That would suck. I would not want that. And then somebody said they were stuck in a freight elevator in an old GM truck and bus place. Picked up the emergency phone, got a busy signal. Ooh, that's rough. So if you got a story like that, 937-457-1290. All right, we're going to try Dalla one more time in Salina. Hey, Dalla.
Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Good. I'm glad you got through. I was a little concerned. I went to you last time and you didn't answer. I thought maybe you got stuck somewhere or trapped.
Well, I had my phone on the car Bluetooth and it just wasn't connected.
Oh, gotcha. All right. Well, you sound loud and clear now. So tell us about getting stuck or trapped.
Oh, my gosh. So I was going to the Art Institute in Fort Lauderdale. I'm 22, thinking I'm hot. You know, all my friends, we decide to go out to this club.
Yeah.
We go up in this glass elevator. And it got stuck on like the 7th floor, and I am terrified of heights. And they kept making me turn around. They're like, look. I could not move. I couldn't. They had to call the cherry picker fire department with the giant cherry picker, and then it took them like a half hour to even get me to get off.
Oh, my gosh.
And I had a cute, boots.
Yeah.
Mini skirt, high heels.
Oh, yeah. You were smoking, Dalla. You were smoking. Now, let me ask you this. Was it just the fear of heights, or were you also claustrophobic? Because the two are not the same.
No, it's the fear of heights.
Okay. Yeah. Because I have the fear of both. So,
yeah. Well, me too.
I don't know that I would go up in a glass elevator.
No, and I was just, kind of tipsy. I'm like, yeah, cool, let's go to the club. And it took a half hour to even talk me out of it.
Oh my gosh.
It was terrifying.
That's rough.
But yeah, it was a good time. It ended up being a good night.
A good time. I got you. All right, Dalla. Well, thank you for calling. Call anytime, okay? All right, there you go. Let's talk to let's see, John in Fairborn. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hey, Todd. I've got both. Fear of heights and but the claustrophobia thing. The fear of heights. I can't watch a Tom Cruise movie ever.
Oh,
the guy, he's nuts.
Yeah. I don't mind it on the film. I don't mind it on TV. It's just like in the moment. It's like if I ever have to park on the top of a parking garage, I will not get within 5 or 10 feet of the edge. I don't want to see.
Well, mine's so extreme, I can't watch it on TV.
Wow.
Okay, but the claustrophobia. I'll start with the believable one because the second one, most people aren't going to think that you can remember.
Yeah.
When I was 8 years old, you know how you made igloos?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and you take the buckets and we had a real cool igloo, but the opening was really small.
and I got wedged in between it.
Oh,
And I was stuck there because everyone thought it was so funny for about 2 hours.
oh God, no. No.
Yeah, I was screaming, everything like that. Anyway, so the beginning of claustrophobia began when I was a baby. And I have this earliest memory of I was crying. My mom was holding me. She was tired. She handed me off to my dad. He goes, I'll take care of this. Of course, I didn't understand the language. I just knew what was happening. And he took me into bed because he wanted to take a nap. He put me on his belly, and he was holding me so tight, and he was waiting for me to fall asleep. And so I finally just stopped crying. But the next thing, what happened was he fell asleep, and I rolled off his belly, and I got jammed in between the mattress and the bed frame.
My God.
I couldn't breathe hardly.
Oh, my gosh.
And I still remember the scream of my mom when she came in.
Oh, my gosh.
And one more thing to new parents out there with little babies.
Don't do that.
Quit binding them up so tight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, my mom did that to me. And I couldn't talk. I wasn't old enough. But the only reason she realized what had happened was sweat was dripping off my nose. And she realized not only was I bound up too tight, I was overheating. But yeah, so okay. So
that's crazy. That's crazy, John. Thank you for those stories. I hope this helped. Maybe it was therapy for you. I don't know. Maybe not.
I think it's too late, Todd.
Too late. I got you. All right. Thanks for your call, buddy. Pat in Beaver Creek. Hey, Pat.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. What's shaking, brother?
4 cheeks and 2 chins.
I got you. I'm with you.
So I might not be able to get through this without laughing, but
okay.
My mother used to take us all over the Eastern Coast in a camper, and we did a lot of traveling and camping. So one year when I was 6, my brothers were 1, my sister was 11. We were up at the Fort Mackinac up at Mackinac City in Michigan.
Okay.
And there's a museum. It's a fort. It's Fort Michilimackinac.
Right.
And you go through the fort and you see different artifacts from the time. I believe it was either the Revolution or French and Indian War.
Right.
And you go through and you look at all the artifacts. And the last feature, there had been a big battle there. Well, big is relative for the time.
Sure, right.
But there was a battle there, and right before you exited the fort, they had this glass coffin, for lack of better terms, with either a Native American or a revolutionary skeleton in this thing.
Yeah.
And it was illuminated. And so we're leaving, and right by this sarcophagus is a guest book with one of those pens that have the beaded chain that.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So we're standing there. I'm the last one looking at this thing, and my family walks out, and I'm about to walk out, not realizing that pen had gotten tangled up with the hang tag that you got when you paid to show you paid.
Okay.
And you put it around the button of your jacket.
Right.
So I'm standing there trapped because I can't get this thing untangled. And I'm looking at this skull, and it's clearly looking back at me. And my family is outside of this tour.
They've left you behind.
The caretaker's closing up the door.
Oh, no.
The end of the coffin was about, 12 feet from the door.
Yeah.
So he did not see me standing there.
Oh, my gosh.
I was starting to whimper. And he turns and he locked up. It's walking away.
Oh,
and lights are starting to shut off. And finally I said something like, "Hey."
Help!
And he said, "Oh, my." And he goes and he opens the door, and my mom and my sister are standing there.
Yeah.
And they were about to knock, and he says, "Is this yours?" And he was getting frustrated because he couldn't get it untangled.
Oh, my gosh.
And we're all standing there trying to untangle this thing. Finally, I don't know if it was his wife, an employee walked over with a pair of scissors and just cut it.
Just cut it. Yeah.
Yep.
I would have like just pulled that chain right out of the guest book desk or whatever, and just I wouldn't have cared. I would have just broke it out of there.
Yeah, and then that skeleton falls, and
oh yeah, right. Who knows
you know,
what's? I bet that's the last. That's probably the
out the damn museum.
last guest book you ever signed, right?
Pretty much.
Now
yeah.
you're afraid of guest books. Thanks for your call, Pat. Appreciate it.
What am I listening to now? What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Spell it out.
T-double-D.
Double-L.
S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
This guy never shuts up.
Local man arrested for child endangerment. We'll have more on that at 6. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
Come on, back to the show. The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook and YouTube. Got a story of a woman who was trapped in a car wash for 45 minutes. And as somebody who suffers from claustrophobia, that is not a situation I want to find myself in. So talking about places maybe you've gotten stuck or you've been trapped. Aaron in Tip City. How you doing, Aaron?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm well. Now, where have you been trapped before?
I was in my first year of podiatry school in Philadelphia.
Okay.
I was in my apartment building. It was a Friday night, and I was in the basement entryway, and the elevator got stuck. I had groceries with me, and that was it.
So
and my phone, and the phone battery was about to die.
Were you in the elevator, or were you were you in the basement?
I was in the basement level of the elevator. So I got in the elevator, and it did that sort of jerky thing that it always did, like it was about to move, only it didn't move.
Oh, my gosh. So how long were you stuck in there?
A little over an hour. The building was built originally in the 1890s, and then it was renovated in the 1950s and the 1980s. And this was, I think, the year 2000. So it was due for an upgrade for sure.
Well, did they take care of that after your ordeal?
I don't know that anyone addressed it. I pressed the emergency button and nobody answered. I called Ballackinwood. Philadelphia is split between City Line Avenue, between Philadelphia and the fancy communities on the other side of the road.
Yeah.
Wow. So I called Ballackinwood. They said to call Philadelphia. Philadelphia Fire Department said I wasn't in there long enough.
Wait. You weren't in there long enough? There's a set amount of time. If you're not in there for more than 3 hours, you're on your own, right?
Exactly.
Oh,
and finally, I was pounding on the door, and we had some students from St. Joseph's University living in the building, and there was another girl there doing her laundry who heard me banging. And she got the security and fire department of St. Joe's to come out to the elevator and pry me out with a crowbar.
Wow. I hope you took that woman out for dinner or something, because saved your life.
I definitely gave her my thanks for sure once I stopped shaking.
Well, Aaron, that is a crazy story. Thank you for sharing that. I appreciate it.
Thanks.
Have a good one.
What am I listening to now? What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Nothing worse than a rickety
show.
elevator.
It's entertainment.
Fill it up.
No thanks.
Double D.
H.
Double L.
C. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
on WHIO.
News in less than 15 minutes and immediately when it breaks. I'm Sierra Lawson on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO, Dayton's News and Talk. Depend on it.
The WHIO Storm Center is currently activated. We'll break in whenever you need to know about approaching severe weather. WHIO.
Hey, welcome to the show.
Who is this guy?
He's a local boy.
His name is Todd.
He's a talker.
You know, like on the radio?
I mean, for entertainment.
Yeah, that's one word for it.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me now, 937-457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Oh my God! I'm gorgeous!
It is the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook and YouTube. You know, I don't know about you. I just heard the forecast, the weather forecast, and Austin Chaney saying that we might get 1 to 3 inches tomorrow. You know, after the last snowstorm we had, I think 1 to 3 inches, that's nothing. Oh, we can handle that. That's like nothing. Not a big deal. We're seasoned pros at this point. We had like 18 inches of snow. 1 to 3 inches? Oh, come on. Hopefully it won't cause too many problems tomorrow. 937-457-1290 is our telephone number. We're talking about places maybe you've been trapped. Have a crazy story of a woman who was trapped in a car wash for 45 minutes. Couldn't get out. The door on the front and the back were closed. And this is one of those kind of do-it-yourself automated car washes. It's not like one where there's attendants. If you got stuck in one of those for 45 minutes and there were people working there, you'd be owning that car wash, I think, you know. But that wasn't the case here. So where have you been trapped before? Also, I have a current events quiz. We got tickets to give away to see Motley Crue. They're going to be down at Riverbend Music Center in August. If you'd like to take a current events quiz, just be the fifth caller at 937-457-1290. And we'll get to your, you'll be able to take the contest. That's what we'll do. I got to get to this one. This is breaking the law, breaking the law, breaking the law, breaking the law. So I saw this story this morning, and I'm just curious if you've ever been in a situation, and I'm sure you have, because if you've ever lived with somebody, there's probably an excellent chance that at some point that they have probably eaten the last of something that you had your heart set on, right? Maybe it's the last donut, the last piece of pizza, something of that nature. The reason I bring this up is because I've got this story from Williamsport, Pennsylvania. And cops got a call over a domestic dispute between two siblings. And I happen to have the dispatch from the police dispatch office to officers, and you just have to listen. This is.
I got a domestic in progress. No weapons, no intoxications. 800 Rural Ave. 800 Rural Ave. It is between siblings over who ate the last sticky bun. Now they're threatening to kill each other.
So this is an argument over who ate the last sticky bun. Cops showed up, and of course, that's what they found. Unfortunately, in the story, and this is another lapse in reporting for this particular story, they don't mention the identity or the ages of the siblings or whether any arrests were made. More importantly, they don't tell you what kind of sticky bun it is. Was it homemade? Or was it like a Little Debbie's sticky bun or a Hostess sticky bun? I mean, not all sticky buns are created equally. Am I right? There is a place in Williamsport apparently called Mr. Sticky's, which specializes in nearly a dozen different types of sticky buns. Wow. Sticky bun heaven. But yeah, so we don't know the outcome. Nobody was arrested, or we don't know that they were arrested. We don't know. And we want more details. I'll work on that because it's important. Let's see. We got Haley in Springfield. Hey, Haley.
Hey, how's it going, Todd?
How's it going now? All right, it's going well. Have you ever had an altercation with someone over eating the last of something that you had your heart set on?
Yeah, all the time. With my father, he's kind of a big back, so we're always fighting over fudge or really anything in the house.
Pizza or sticky buns or donuts or anything like that?
Yeah, definitely donuts.
Yeah.
Donuts are a big thing in our household here.
I got you. Now, Haley, can I ask a question if you don't mind? How old are you?
I am 29.
Oh, okay. All right. You sound very young on the phone. I thought maybe you were like a teenager or something, and I thought it was maybe unusual that a teenager would want to win tickets to see Motley Crue.
Nope. I'm a little older, but yeah, I get that a lot, that I sound kind of young.
I got you. Well, that's a good thing to have, right? You could sound like a 90-year-old woman.
Yeah. Well, I'd stopped smoking cigarettes, so I think that helped prevent that.
Oh, yeah. Good call. All right. Well, let's get going here with the current events quiz.
Oh, my God. Listen, everybody.
It's the Evening Edge Current Events Quiz.
Quiz, hot shot.
Can you answer the question?
I bet you think you're pretty smart, huh?
Now, here's your host, Todd Hollst.
Sponsored locally by Titan Graphics. Thank you very much, Norm Kelly, official announcer of the Current Events Quiz. Now, Haley, you're playing for Motley Crue tickets at River Bend, August 25th. Now, do you know how to play the Current Events Quiz?
I sure do.
All right. For those who might be new to the show and don't know how this works, I'm going to give Haley 3 questions and 3 possible answers. A, B, or C, and the answer is always...
C.
You got it. All right. Here's question number 1. Oh, by the way, these all have to do with animals.
Okay.
Cops in McCook, Nebraska locked down 2 schools after an intruder was reported being spotted near sporting facilities. The dangerous intruder was identified as A, drunk school mascot from a crosstown rival, B, a clown with an attitude, or a C, a cow.
I'm going to go with C.
You got it. It was a cow. Kind of gave it all away when I said they were all about animals. It should have been more of a surprise, right? Yeah. Screwed that up, Haley. All right, here's question number 2. Postal workers in Janesville, Wisconsin, say they are being ruthlessly pursued during their assigned routes by A, an angry guy fed up with all the junk mail, B, a clown with an attitude, or C, a rafter of wild turkeys.
Well, that's a tough one there, but I'm going to go with C.
Oh, good call. Now, did you have any idea that a flock of turkeys is called a rafter?
No.
I didn't either. I didn't either, but I used the Googler today and found out. Okay. Here's question number 3. 2 TikTok influencers recently shared video of them being chased out of the water near a remote Greek island by a cannibal wearing a toga, B, a clown with an attitude, or C, a wild boar.
Ooh, we'll go with C.
You got it! You are correct, Haley. Congratulations. Hang on the line, Haley, and we will get your details and get those tickets to you, okay?
Awesome. Thank you so much.
And that's how you play the current events quiz, 937-457-1290. Joanne in Vandalia. How you doing, Joanne?
I'm doing just fine, Todd.
Now, where have you been stuck or trapped?
Well, when I was a pharmacy technician at one of the area hospitals here, we had to deliver narcotics to the different floors at a certain time of day. So I had my cartload of narcotics, got on the elevator, I hit the button to a certain floor and went up. The door didn't open. And immediately it went straight down real fast.
Like a free fall. Like a free fall? Like
a free back up. Immediately I went straight down to where it buckled my knees. So I thought, well, I'll choose a different floor. So I did that. It went up again, and as it started to go down, I thought, no way, because I'm going to be thrown on the floor. I hit the stop button. And when I hit the stop button, a real loud alarm goes off constantly.
Yeah.
And this lady's voice comes across, may I help you? Do you need help? Well, duh.
Yeah, exactly. That's an emergency. The buzzer's going off. Of course I need help.
Well, it was so loud, I thought I needed to talk loud. So I said, yes, real loud, and she goes, now, ma'am, calm down. It's not that much of an emergency. Calm down.
What?
I'm thinking, it's not that much of an emergency.
The elevator had free fallen like 2 or 3 times. You're stuck in there. It's the buzzer's blaring in your head. I mean, what do you mean it's not an emergency?
It's not an emergency, because she's talking to me. I said, okay. Well, when the firefighters got there, they pried the door open. Well, the floor was way up high, and I could just see the face of the firefighter. It goes, ma'am, are you okay? And I looked up at him. I said, yes. And well, they pried it open a little bit more, and they said, give me your hand. We're going to pull you out. And I said to them, oh, I can't leave. I can't leave. I've got to stay with my cart of narcotics. They went, ma'am, give me your hand. We'll get the narcotics out. So they finally pulled me out. But of course, I stood there because I'm, responsible.
Well, you're responsible for those. Now, how long do you think?
Ever since then, I've been a little claustrophobic.
Gotcha. I got you. How long do you think you were in there?
Probably about a half hour.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Much longer.
Then they had to talk me into, getting me out.
Yeah. Well, I got it.
Narcotics.
Joanne, I tell you, much longer in there, I would have been popping pills. What will knock me out so you can just, pull my limp body out of this elevator because couldn't stand that. Couldn't stand.
Ever since then, I like elevators. I go in when someone else is in with me. That's one thing. And I like the kind that go up pretty fast, and the door opens, not the kind that goes.
Yeah. You know what else? You know what else I have a little trepidation on? It's not as paralyzing as elevators. It's escalators.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I remember when I was a kid, there was one of the Elder Beerman stores in Kettering had escalators. And I remember my mom telling me a story about not screwing around and making sure your shoes are tied on the escalator because there was a story about some kid who got caught or, grabbed by the escalator step closing and, chaos ensued. So not as bad as the elevator, but still on the escalators. When I go to step on, I always make sure my shoes are tied.
Well, that's a good habit to get into.
It is, Joanne. Thanks for your call. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
What am I listening to now? What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Spell it out.
T-double-D.
H.
Double-L.
S-T.
I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
Well, sometimes when Leslie, when I'm struggling for a stupid joke, it just falls into place. I thought, oh, I'll just use on all three. It's funny. It's funny. Good news. The air conditioning in here is kicked on. I know. It's fine, Leslie. I love the drunk girls. It's my favorite category. What are you watching the stream? Oh. Oh, about auctioning items from the Bengals stadium. Oh.
That's
bunch of junk, I think, probably.
truly unprecedented. Pure talk.
A Salina man is arrested for his 5th OVI. We'll have more on that at 6:30. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
All right, we got to get back to the show.
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook and YouTube. I have good news here in the studio. The air conditioning has kicked in. Yeah. Thank God I wore my thermal thong today. Whew. Nice and chilly. But we're getting new phones next week. Maybe we'll get a new heating system, a new HVAC system. That'd be nice. Like getting a nice little renovation here at the Larry Hanskin Memorial, or not Memorial, the Larry Hanskin Studio. Yeah, this talk studio is named after Larry Hanskin. It's pretty cool. 937-457-1290. Now, I've never bought anything off of Etsy. And I know that Etsy is a place where people can sell like handmade, handcrafted products. My mother-in-law used to sell quilts and different things from her shop. So I'm familiar with it. I've just never purchased anything. I didn't realize that on Etsy, you could hire witches. Have you heard this? I saw this story. I thought this can't be true, but apparently this has been a thing. Etsy witches are allegedly being kicked off the online marketplace over a decade after their services were officially banned by platform moderators. So I didn't know this. This is the story. Consumers with a grudge have gone viral on social media by praising the services offered by online witches who peddle their spell casting services on Etsy. Witchy offerings include clairvoyant readings, spells for love, protection, luck, and money, manifesting services such as good weather for a wedding, as well as soulmate drawings and even curses. Wait a second. You could actually go on to Etsy and hire a witch to cast a spell. eBay is missing out, man. They should be doing that. Why don't they get in on this? I guess they prohibited the sale of spells, enchantments, and other supernatural services back to 2015, but many of the witches have remained. It says witches with the wherewithal have begun migrating their services to other platforms or their own websites. I never pondered this for a second, that there's probably somewhere online a website where you can go and just hire crazy people with spells and incantations. Who knew? I had no idea. I mean, I know it's out there, but they've gone online now, I guess.
What am I listening to now? What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Coming up.
T-O-double-D-H-O-double-L.
And C.
can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
No, Cameron, I'm here. I just didn't have my mic up. I was talking to my producer. But I'm here. I'm here. Can you hear me? Is this thing on? Hello? Hello? Test, test. Boy, this Savannah Guthrie story with her missing mom is really remarkable and incredible and crazy. It's so weird. I wonder if it's like some sort of cartel deal. Well, I think it's probably money. I mean, if they are in fact getting, if these ransom notes are accurate or real, not, hoaxes, they're being asked for millions of dollars. So, I mean, they probably thought that she has the money to do it.
WHIO Storm Center is currently activated. We'll break in whenever you need to know about approaching severe weather. WHIO.
Be of good cheer and call me.
Call me now!
Call me! He's laughing at us right on the radio.
Least we could do is get him on the radio and talk to him.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me at 457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge. Forgot where I was. I almost said the evening news. This is not the news. It's the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook and YouTube. Truth be told, I was just watching the evening news. They had an update on Savannah Guthrie's missing mom, Nancy Guthrie. And from what I'm gathering, I guess there is some legitimacy to one of the ransom notes or two of the ransom notes that the family has received. I saw a report earlier where police tracked down, I guess, one person responsible for a ransom note. That turned out to be a hoax or a fake. But what they were just talking about on the CBS Evening News was the fact that there's a deadline for tonight in one of these ransom notes. And if that's not met, there's another deadline on Monday. So that's kind of a weird thing, right? You get one deadline. Okay, if you don't meet that one, you got another deadline. And they're asking for cryptocurrency, Bitcoin. And I'm just curious. I know that they're probably investigating this, and I don't know if anybody has suggested this at all. But where she lives, Pima County, Arizona, I guess it's near Tucson, or it's where Tucson is. It's only like an hour from the Mexican border. And I'd be curious, and this is just speculation. I wonder if there's a drug cartel involved. Because I've heard over the years that drug cartels, they down by the border, they run both sides when it comes to these types of things. They're not just in Mexico. They've got influence and control and on parts of this side of the border. And they also are probably the types of criminals that would deal in crypto because it's not easy to track necessarily and keep tabs on. And if Savannah Guthrie is believed to have, that kind of money, millions and millions of dollars, I don't know what she's worth. I mean, she's a network morning news host, anchor. I mean, she's got money, but who knows exactly how much. They could see that as easy pickings. Who knows? I don't know. But hopefully we'll get some resolution and they find her alive. But the other story I saw today is that the police have in fact confirmed that the blood that they found on her front porch, of Nancy Guthrie's front porch, is in fact her DNA. It matches her DNA. So who knows? Who knows what happened? But it's a really strange story. We got some mail to get to.
Sit back down and shut your trap. It's time for mail call. Message for you, Bob.
You should see a fan mail.
You got a message.
I got your letter. Amazing what you can accomplish by mail.
Congratulations, Skippy. You've got mail.
If you'd like to send me an email, eveningedgetodd@gmail.com, or you can message me at eveningedgetodd. I want to bring Parker, my producer, tonight into this because you were working last night when we got a call from Edgehead Charlie talking about wiener water soup. And I have never heard of this. And the idea is, because yesterday was National Homemade Soup Day. I'm not sure I would call that homemade, but okay. The gist is that Charlie's mom back in the day had a lot of mouths to feed, and she would buy a pack of wieners, throw them into a pan with water, and cook them that way, which is not unusual. You know, people cook hot dogs in hot water, boiling water all the time. But then she would take the leftover wiener water and serve it as a soup. And I thought that was the most disgusting thing I'd ever heard in my life. Now, I thought, okay, maybe I guess if you take that wiener water and add something to it, then maybe you've got something. You might not recognize it, because if it's broth, if it's some sort of wiener broth, and you add something to it, it's fine, right? It's kind of a base. That's basically what, chicken broth is. It's chicken residue, remnants, whatever, mixed with water, right? I mean, isn't that what it is? Hey, Todd, your show tonight brought back some memories for me. Tonight, when you were talking about wiener water soup, like the caller you were talking to, my mom used to make it all the time, but she added other things to the water. We didn't drink it straight. My siblings and I have shared the recipe with our kids over the years. Here it is. Love your show, Katrina in Huber Heights. So this is what I'm talking about. All right. Because the way I took Charlie's comments last night on the show is that basically it was just that. Here's a bowl of water, wiener flavored water, right? Here's the wiener water soup recipe, and I can't believe this. I don't know that I've ever given a recipe on the show. It sounds like one of those old style radio talk shows you used to hear on WHIO. It's like, well, here's a recipe to share with your neighbors. That kind of thing. It's a little weird, a little strange in my mind, but here we are. Okay. Add 8 cups of water and the wieners to a small pot. Bring to a boil and cook for 5 minutes. All right, there you go. You got your wieners being cooked in the water, and then you got the water left over. Remove wieners, set aside, slice and return them to the soup later. To the wiener broth, add 1/2 cup diced onion. Then add 1/2 cup diced celery. Add 2 cups of sliced carrots, 1/2 teaspoon of thyme, 1 teaspoon minced garlic, a teaspoon of salt, and a pinch of cayenne. Bring to a boil and let bubble for 10 minutes. All right, so there you go. You've got a base now. Add 4 cups of diced and peeled potatoes. Add 1 package of coleslaw mix, the kind with shredded cabbage and carrots. Bring to boil again and gently bubble for 20 to 30 minutes or until carrots and potatoes are fork tender. To finish it off, add 1 can of tomato puree. Then you add the wieners back to the soup pot and heat through. Season to taste with salt and pepper. Serve with saltines. Now, see, that I would eat. Doesn't that sound pretty good?
Yeah, doesn't sound half bad.
You wouldn't know that it was just leftover wiener water with all that other good stuff in it.
Right. It's more like a stew.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. A wiener stew opposed to a wiener soup. So there you go. I'm going to post this recipe. Maybe there's some people out there this weekend. It's going to be cold. It's going to be snowy. Run out and grab yourself a pack of hot dogs and have a wiener stew. Why not? Got nothing else to do, right? Parker, well, I've got you here. You've got the Orange Zone on Sunday.
Yes, sir.
It's
Yeah.
a big big Super Bowl edition.
Big Super Bowl Sunday program. Yeah, we're going to dive all in on the Super Bowl. We got a lot to discuss. Seahawks. Who do you like in the game? Seahawks, Patriots. I know you're not invested in the NFL, but
I do. I do commercials for DraftKings, so I better at least appear as though I do. I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm gonna go with the Patriots because I want to see if that head coach actually follows through and cuts off half of his wiener, because that's what he said he would do, right?
Yeah, I saw that, and then he tried to walk it back a little bit.
Yeah, that's not something you really walk back. Once you say, I would give my wiener to win another Super Bowl, it's hard to walk that one back.
Yeah. He kind of basically said, well, I'm not, that was a joke. I was joking about that. And reporters
course. No, who would do that?
Reporters are like, but you're here.
Right. No,
So
I know. It's just a joke. It's just fun to talk.
Yeah, maybe we'll dive into that. But big football game coming up on Sunday. Are you going to watch? I was talking about this last week. What's your take on Super Bowl parties? Yay or nay?
Nay.
I'm with you.
Yeah. I just assume if I'm going to really watch the game, I want to sit in a fairly quiet space and watch it on my big screen and not have to fight over the nachos and the chicken wing dip and people getting drunk and mouthy. I don't want that. I just rather sit at home and get drunk and mouthy myself.
There you go. I'm with you on that.
Yeah, 100%. Now, you also said you had a story about being kind of claustrophobic because we were talking earlier about this woman who got trapped in a car wash for 45 minutes, and we had a lot of great calls tonight from people who have also been trapped in very different ways. You've also experienced this?
No, I've never been trapped in anything, but I do have a fear of getting I'm not claustrophobic per se.
Yeah.
But and they have them more in big urban areas, big cities. You know how they have those grates on the sidewalk for water to drain?
Yeah.
I'm always terrified I'm going to go through one of those things and be stuck down there. So I make a point to walk around them.
So you're afraid you'll step in it and maybe something gives. It's just that time. That's time for that thing to collapse, and it's your time to get sucked up by the earth.
That grate hit its step limit.
Yeah.
And I'm going through there, and
I can see that.
Yeah. So
100%.
Those freak me out.
Yeah. Have you ever did you hear me talking about the escalator thing?
Yes.
Like have you ever heard those stories?
I have heard that. Yeah.
Somebody on the live stream mentioned that all of those Final Destination movies, that there have been scenes in each of those, or in whatever different movies, talking about something happening with the elevator, something happening with an escalator, and I forget what the other one was, but it's like they've covered all of those scenarios in Final Destination.
Nightmare.
Yes. One last thing on being claustrophobic. When I worked at the alternative rock station, the X, we did a promotion with a JC's haunted house or haunted trail out in, I think, Inglewood. And one of the DJs agreed to do this as a stunt. He allowed himself to be buried in a coffin 5 or 6 feet under, that had a hole cut in the top. It wasn't an actual coffin, but it was a wooden box, a pretty sturdy wooden box with a hole cut with plexiglass, and they didn't put dirt on that side of it. And he stayed down there for a day.
No thanks.
Yeah. I was like, you are insane. There's some things I'm willing to do for a radio show, but that's not one of them. Not at all.
What am I listening to now? What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Spell it out.
Double D.
H.
Double L.
And T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
WHIO Dayton, WHIO FM Pleasant Hill.
Nobody likes to be told what to think. Our news is right down the middle. Dayton's News and Talk is WHIO. Depend on it.
Extremely cold winter weather is on its way. We'll have more on that at 7 o'clock. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
Back to the show, everybody.
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Well, there you go. That's the show. Thanks for listening tonight. You can get the podcast of this show. It's the show without the commercials. You want to go back and listen to the wiener water soup recipe, you can find it on my Facebook or listen back and take notes yourself. I'll be back tomorrow night just after 5. Have a terrific Thursday night, and we'll see you tomorrow. We got a shortened show tomorrow night. We got UD basketball, right? Yes, we do. Have a great Thursday night.
Well, that's all, folks.
And a fucking came, we partied, we conquered.
Is that all there is?
Yeah, that's all she wrote.
Next time will be better.
Well, at least he tried.
Thanks for listening.
Until next time, we'll be seeing ya.
All right, everybody, have a good one. See ya.